Hello, girls, guys, or otherwise. This is Rich, and today is Witchy Wednesday. So grab yourself a cup of coffee, cappuccino, tea, what have you. And today we're going to be talking about salt. Um, very common witchy item to have in your apothecary that I have right behind me. Um, you know, common everyday item that you can use in your practice. It has uh, a lot of abilities. So we're going to go through these and discuss some of this. I'm going to do very limited editing. If I think I've already mentioned that before, limited editing because I want to kind of get these videos done and posted so I can keep that schedule going. Not overly editing the content overall. So only going to have like as minimal editing as possible. Anyway, getting into this, first I really like this quote here. It is the cure for anything is salt water, sweat, tears, and the sea. And this is quoted from Isaac Dinesen, Dinesen. Really love that quote, and I think it's very pertinent um, to how healing that you know salt can play, and salt water in particular. You have sweat, you have tears. These are things that contain salt, and really have healing properties about them. So sweat, tears, and the sea. For many people, the sea too. So not so much for me. I'm kind of landlocked. So yeah. Anyway, NaCl, sodium chloride, salt, table salt, sea salt, Himalayan salt, doesn't matter. Salt is salt. It comes from mines, usually underground deposits from like old dried lake beds and whatnot, or from small lakes and small pools of water that were once from the ocean and whatnot. So, you can get it from different areas of the world. Of course, you have the Himalayan salt, you have um, salt in India, you have salt in America. Salt comes from all over the world. Um, so that's where we get it from. What do you use it for? Well, for let's see, about 8,000 years now, around 8,000 years, they the scientists and archaeologists and whatnot think that as far back as 6000 BC, it's been used to not only flavor food, but also to preserve food. It has preservative properties about it that kind of draw out the moisture and end up keeping it sustained. So there is that. It's used to solve a myriad of diagnoses. So it has medicinal properties. Spiritually, it's considered a great neutralizer. It kind of neutralizes the energy. It can cleanse, heal, and balance energy, as well as repel negative vibrations. So you have those aspects where it will dispel the negative energy. It'll kind of give you a clean slate to work with. But it also, anytime that you take away the negative properties, it attracts positive energies as well. And it's also used for in practical uses such as sterilizing cutting boards, or you know sterilizing wounds. Ouch. It has been used for bartering. In the Old Testament, it was used for placing offerings. It was used to show friendship, and it was used as a funeral offering in Egypt. So you have a lot of properties here that it can be used for. You can use it for an offering to deity. You can use it as a way to cleanse a space. You have a lot of uses that you can use regular salt for. And this, I believe, is regular sea salt that you can pick up at the store for very cheap. Very universal um, properties to it. So you can use it a lot. I wouldn't suggest using it on anything metal. So if you have, let me just here. If you have an athame, I probably would not suggest using it on that because it does have corrosive properties as well. So probably keeping it away from your good cutlery overall, you know, and if you do, you wash it off. And I'm not going to try to hang that back up right now. I'm just gonna set that right there. Anyway, me throwing around a sharp object, not a good thing, especially whenever I have my little jelly bean right over here. Hi, Jelly. You were laying down being a good girl, and now I got you up and moving around again. Anyway, so how do we use it? For one, you can use it for body scrubbing. You can rub your body with salt, and that can remove negative thoughts. It can also remove negative toxins in your body. Laying in a salt bath is always a suggestion whenever you have aching muscles. They have Epsom salts that you can use for that. That's specifically made for that. You can drink a glass of salt water. It's let's see, I have 1 teaspoon for a glass of water, and you can use that as a morning cleanse. But before you drink it, you can chant the name of a god or goddess and ask for their healings and whatnot, their aid in healing and in your daily life as a cleansing. I would stress to consult a doctor before doing any of this, as far as using it as a cleansing agent. If you have any like high blood pressure or anything like that where you are supposed to restrict your salt intake, I would suggest consulting a doctor. Let's see, for cleansing the home, you can use a saltwater solution, just a couple or maybe a tablespoon of salt in a spray bottle, or putting a little bit of salt in water and putting in with your mop water will help cleanse your home. I do know that I've used it for if any of the pets have fleas, you can spread it on the carpet. It's safe for them. It can be burning for them, so but overall it's safe for them. If they walk on it a lot with their pads, it can be a little burning to them, but keep them out. It is safe for them to walk on it if they happen to be passing through the room or so. So you can use it as a flea treatment. Anytime the flea's exoskeleton comes in contact with it, it will actually kill the fleas. So you can definitely use it for that. For that suggestion, I would suggest to grind it up very fine so it gets into the fibers of the carpet, and then you can just sweep it up. It's not going to be toxic for your animals. Like I said, it can cause a burning sensation on their paws if they are on it for a long period of time, but if they're just walking on the carpet to get to another room, they should be okay. But it doesn't have any toxic properties where it'll get into their bloodstream and hurt them. So that's something to keep in mind there. You can put a tablespoon into a spray bottle of water and cleanse the air. You can put it around the perimeter of your house for protection and only allowing positive energies to come through. Now, I would also suggest to maybe put in an herb mixture of some sort into your salt mixture, and maybe not just use only salt. Maybe you want to put some herbs in there as well, to kind of give it that little extra boost. Maybe you want to put in some brick dust in there, so you create a hardened barrier. But you do let that positive energy in, and the salt takes away the negative energy. You want to, and I do want to stress this, if you're putting it around the property of your house, you want to make sure that you limit the amount that you put around your house. A little sprinkle will do. You don't need to have a big thick salt line as they do in Supernatural. You don't have to have that huge thick salt line around your property in order to do a cleansing. Doing that will kill plants. A little bit is okay. A lot will kill your plants. Um, you can also use salt lamps around your house. That actually helps with the ionization in the air as well. So it gives you a little bit more of a cleansing air experience in your house. And one of my personal favorites for salts is it's used in holy water. And you can use holy water to bless yourself, bless others, bless the home, bless a pet. So you can use it in a lot of different ways, and it's a really inexpensive way to and a really practical way to do a little blessing or a little cleansing of anything. So again, you do want to watch whenever you're using metal. um, you want to watch whenever you're using it on wood, to make sure that it's not getting too much into the wood and causing a deterioration of the wood. um, you don't want to leave it sitting around because you get that calcification on the sides of things. So if you're using it in your cauldron, of course that's metal. If you have a cast iron one, and it can corrode that. So using it in a sparing fashion. Now, if you have a font, which I have one here in my desk as well, and I would show it to you, but Jelly's laying down on her little kitty condo right next to the desk here, so I can't really pull it out and show you. But a little font for salt water to bless yourself, or for holy water to bless yourself, or before doing prayers or ritual work, is always nice. You can use it for blessing candles. Totally safe, practical way to do it. So these are just some ways that you can use salt in your everyday practice, and your ritual practice, in your mundane and magical life. So that's pretty much all that I have in my notes for salt. And those are some of the ways that I plan to use them here in the future, and some ways that I've used it in the past. If you have any ways that you've used salt in your practice, or that I didn't mention that you use in your practice, I mean, salt has a ton of different uses. And I really kind of want to do a little bit more with this series as far as herbs and resins and things that you can get that are easily accessible, before I get into the more exotic types of things like frankincense. Frankincense isn't nearly as accessible as it used to be. So I'll leave that one down the road for a little bit. But things such as like rosemary, and you can pick up lavender pretty easily. Mint is an easy one to grab. So I want to do in this series a couple of those each month, where we go through the apothecary and we pick out a few that are easily accessible. I think that here, where is it? Over here, I have cinnamon sticks. So maybe I'll do that one next. We'll see. Anyway, like I said, if I missed anything that you guys use in your practice, do let me know by leaving a comment below. While you're down there, go ahead and click subscribe if you haven't already done that. I do have something coming up in the future that you will need to be subscribed for. And let me know what you use in your practice, or if you use salt at all in your practice. Click that little bell notification while you're down there too, while you're hitting that subscribe button. Lets you know whenever the videos are posted. So until next time, and I think it's tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow's Thursday. So until next time, may you have love, hugs, and ladybugs. Bye-bye.